It's like the minute I begin, I start to notice the sounds all around me. They start to kick in. My air conditioner just turned on, and then the neighbor's air conditioner just turned on. You know, how they used to talk about every meditation hall needs a big old fly, you know, keep everybody honest. There we go. Now we got the planes going. I find myself comparing my great teachers, you know, the teachers I've had, my lifetime teachers, I call them, to a great curio shop, a great antique shop. When you go in there and you see, oh, yes, I like this, I want that. That's something I need, I want. And you go a little further in and you see, oh, yes, this too, yes, this too. And the great teachers, you know, for me, are the ones that I got a lot of things in this shop that I remember that strike me strongly. And of course, with our teachers, you know, it's their lives as much as what they say that we find a rich field to pluck something from that we remember. You know, I remember when David Less started a business that was the Egyptian fragrance bottles. You know, these wonderfully ornate bottles, highly decorated, and then sometimes they would just be the decorated bottles that people would buy and keep on their shelves as precious little objects. But then also sometimes they would have scents in them, rose essence scent, you know, the oils, the fragrant oils. Well, anyway, he was starting to work on this, experimenting a little bit with the possibility of this business. And then he just jumped in, you know, he jumped in with both feet. And, you know, that meant that he reached for all the resources he had, and then some, and then went for it, you know. Now, this might be good practice, business practice or not. We're not talking about good business practices here. The idea was he did this. And then when I tried to ask him why, he said something like, because it takes that kind of size project to keep my interest, to perk my interest. And I don't know if he said this or this was something that I imagined at the time he said it, but the energies that he has and that I have, I feel like I have, are like that colt, you know, the young colt. All this energy, in passion, involvement, you know, doing, excitement. Now I'm talking myself here. I'm not talking Shabadin, right? David Less. And if that colt is put in too small of a corral, it gets really frustrated and loses energy. Maybe I don't know if a colt can get depressed or not, but okay, confined. It now if it has a big enough field, it can run. It can be itself. It can kick up its heels. It can express itself. In my involvement in YouTube and YouTube channels and this experience that I'm having with universal meditations and as a part of it and all the different things, the Sufi scientist, all these different aspects. All the cute little thumbnails I call them, you know, all that is to have a big enough field that it maintains my interest, that it allows the energy of my being to be flowing and having fun. Remember I said you got to have fun, and so it's having fun too. There's a danger of having this big project, this big arena, big excitement, big involvement, big appointments, right? Making appointments. There's a danger, and the danger is to be too involved, to lose one's breath, to forget, to be out of a state of remembrance. I used to want to, and part of me still does, to ask David Less a lot of personal practice questions. Example being, when you're involved in a big business, like the Egyptian perfume bottle business, how do you have it so big and so extensive, and its energies flowing in and out and all that happening? And how do you maintain your breath? That question of, what's your personal practice here? How do you do this? Tell me how to do it. Show me how you do it. I want to know how to do it. I've sometimes thought of the same idea, like when we sit down, when David Less sits down for us in a class, going to give a class. He sits down and he does something. He sits. Silence, an envelope of silence begins to occur, around him and in him. I'm not sure what all happens, but I thought, well, what do you do? What practice do you do in order? What do you do then? Tell me what you do. I want to do that too, and tell me what you're doing. There's a significant possibility that I may get involved with David Less and doing some videos. Part of what I'm doing all here is a kind of an exploration of a form, examples of possibilities, and I'm sure I want it, and a part of me still wants, right? Find out, what do you do? Tell me some personal things about what you do. I want to hear about your personal aspects of your journey. I want to know that. Spiritual liberty. These are just words, but they're not meant to be just words. They're meant to be the living experience of the path. And now I appreciate that I have not been told what to do. When I sit down, what do I first do? What do I do when I sit down? For these videos, say, I would ask him, well, what should I do when I sit down? I want to do what you do when you sit down. What do I do? I haven't been told. I haven't really been told how he handles fast rhythm while still remembering his breath. I haven't really been told that. I haven't been told how he handles big projects, intoxications. How does he handle it? What's his personal practice? I haven't been told that. Self-guidance. Ultimately, we have to arrive at the level of self-guidance. And maybe the self-guidance is us getting in touch with the inner planes, and so the inner planes are guiding us. But there's an aspect of self-guidance. It's a self-containment. Your resources are within you, above and within you. Self-guidance. It's a delicate birthing, self-guidance, You got to have enough ego to sort of keep a hold on the totality of it, and have a belief in yourself There has to be some level of ego that's, it's the wind in the sail, right? The wind in the sail. It has to be some strength of wind in order to move forward with self-guidance. At the same time, that has to be balanced with a basic humility, a basic feeling of, I don't know. I really don't know. A real basic feeling of not knowing. This not knowing is that space between our thoughts. Is it making accommodation for that? Yeah, it is. It's something like that. So self-guidance is this delicate balance between the power of I know, I know, balanced with I don't know. I don't know. It's a strange kind of balance. And so it's a delicate birthing. And you come into that birthing with a list of, this is how you do it. This is the way I did it. And the person that says, this is the way I do it, there's the implication. This is the way you can do it. This is the way you should do it. Now, that person is not implying that, but it's how we take it, how this delicate situation of birthing our self-guidance occurs. And so I'm feeling very relieved that I haven't been told how to do so many things at a certain level, not being told, because it's one thing to emulate, it's one thing to imitate, but one also can be sidetracked by thinking self-guidance is there, over there. It's in him. It's in that book.